So, it's getting colder outside. And the topic for today is how cold is too cold to ride? Now, I rode my Kawasaki Ninja year-round. Rode it in November, December, January, February, literally every day, to and from school when I had it my senior year of high school about a year or 2 years ago. So, in my state, in Georgia, you can definitely ride year-round because the coldest it really gets in the afternoon is like 35. It's below freezing in the afternoon. It's very rare that happens. So, as long as you wear warm clothes and you're careful about how you drive and it's not wet, snowy, and icy outside, you can ride year-round. You really can. Here's what you need to be aware of for cold weather. If you're doing longer distance trips, and by long distance, honestly, I mean more than 10 or 15 minutes, you need to make sure your gear is going to keep you warm, because that's probably one of the bigger things. You know, your ride's going to be cold and miserable. As long as you have warm gear, you'll be fine. Another thing you need to be aware of for riding in the cold is that your tires have a lot less traction. Your tires are cold. They're going to be a lot colder. The road's cold, so your tires aren't going to heat up as fast. And a mix of cold roads and cold tires, meaning your tires are going to have probably about maybe 20%, 25% tops of the traction they would have on, say, a hot summer day on warm tires. So you need to be aware that you do not have nearly the amount of traction that you normally would in the cold. So what does that mean to the rider? It means you can't be as aggressive with the throttle. And it also means you can't be as aggressive with the brakes or your lean angle. And you also need to be extra conscious if you are stubborn like me and you decide to ride regardless of how cold it is. Then you need to be aware of the fact that if it rained or if there was any precipitation on the road and it's below freezing, you're done. Riding on ice on a motorcycle is a death sentence. I can tell you because I've tried it. That is what made me crash my Ninja despite its awesome tires, was I hit ice on it. I actually hit a patch of ice on my Ninja, and I lost control of both tires. Both tires started sliding, and my bike started rocking back and forth like that. And I was able to save it because it was an ice patch. And then I hit a road that was completely iced, and I crashed. So that was kind of my fault, but you know, learn from my mistakes. So the situation was, it had been raining all day, and it was nighttime. It was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 p.m. I was about to go to work. It was about 35 degrees outside. And I had ridden home in the rain in 40-degree weather. So it was about 40 when I went home from school, and the rain was starting to die down. So I was like, no big deal, whatever, you know. I've ridden in the rain before, and I had several times, and it was 40 degrees, and I thought, well, it's only 5 degrees colder, and it's still not below freezing, so I'll take my bike out. 35 degrees, boom, ice patch. Down for the count. So, not pretty. Thankfully, I wasn't going very fast. I wasn't a bad crash. I was doing like 30 because I was driving extra slow and careful. Still didn't save me, though. Well over $1,000 are the damages to the bike. I did not fix all of that. And I had no medical bills, which was awesome. I just had a limp for about a week and a half. And then my body kind of healed itself and I was good. So you can definitely ride in the cold. You just have to be very smart about it, and you have to be very careful and ginger with your throttle. You know, be a lot less aggressive with not only your roll on, but your roll off and your brakes. So you're going to probably want extra following distance. You're not going to be able to lean your bike nearly as hard. In all honesty, riding in the cold is not nearly as much fun as it is on a nice day, of course, but if you want to, or you have to for whatever reason, then that's fine. Because my senior year of high school, the only vehicle I had was my Ninja 250. So I rode it every day, regardless of the weather.